Hey guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. So the RTX 3090 is in the house since the past few days and I've been using it, and in this video I'll be sharing like my complete experience and feedback where we'll be talking about the performance, the gameplay benchmarks, thermals, fan noise and all that stuff. So the model we have right now is from Inno3D. This is the iChill X4, their top end flagship graphic card from the brand that comes with 4 fans on it. Yes, it's got 3 fans on the front and also a special tiny fan at the top side, guys, so that is something unique. And not only that, it's got like beautiful RGB lighting, and one thing that I really like about this graphic card is Inno3D has included a special tail fin GPU stand in the box, guys. See, 3090 is like a very beefy and massive graphic card and it's pretty heavy. Over time what happens is these heavy graphic cards like bend and sag, which you don't want at all to happen. So what happens is you have to buy a cabinet which comes with a GPU stand, but most of the cabinets don't have this, right? And to avoid all these problems and confusion, the brand itself has like provided a free GPU stand in the box, guys. You just need, it's a complete metal stand, guys. You just need to fix it to the graphic card, and this stand will hold the graphic card firmly and solidly to the cabinet. So that will help you prevent that GPU sag problem. So that is one nice thing. So basically guys, the 3090 is NVIDIA's 2nd gen RTX card, right, that features new Ampere architecture and comes with 24 gigs of ultra fast GDDR6X memory. I'm like super excited to show you how this thing performs. So we will be playing like a couple of AAA title games at different resolutions and see how this thing performs. And for a reference purpose, I'll also be comparing with the RTX 3080 and telling you the results, and also we'll be comparing it with the RTX Titan as well, because NVIDIA says that this thing is almost like 50% faster than the RTX Titan. So before we get started, let me just quickly tell you the test bench setup I'll be using for testing the graphic card. As usual, just like my previous 3080 setup, I'll be using Intel's 10th gen i9-10900K CPU, and we are using 32 gigs of RAM that is clocked at 3200 MHz from Corsair. And for the power supply, the brand recommends using minimum of 750 watt power supply, so I'm also using a 750 watt only. That is like more than enough for the card, guys. So yeah, these were all the test bench setup. The full details will be in the description box below, guys. You can check it out there. Alright, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Alright guys, so we'll be playing a couple of AAA title games at 4K resolution with the graphics set to ultra high, which is the maximum possible in the games, and see how the GPU performs. First we'll start with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. See, Odyssey really puts a lot of pressure on the GPU and is like one of the best games to test out the true potential of the card. You guys can keep a track on all the stats like frame rate, CPU and GPU temperatures and all that at the top left corner of the screen. By the way, I have to mention, I initially planned on screen recording the gameplay, but the gaming performance took a major hit and I didn't want that to happen. I plan on squeezing out every drop of FPS the card can offer. That's why I decided to shoot the gameplay using my camera. Just check out these clips, you'll get an idea on the performance. Holy smokes, guys! Are you people looking at those frame rates? On an average at 4K ultra graphics, we were getting around 80 frames per second. That is crazy good. See, for a reference purpose, if you guys remember my 3080 benchmarks, the 3080 was offering only around 50 FPS on an average. So 3090 performs way better than the 3080 in this game. Buttery smooth gaming experience in 4K. Man, I just wish I could play it in 8K and check out the results. But do not worry, I am already working on that. I'll be giving you guys a dedicated 8K gaming video very soon on the channel, so stay tuned for that. One more thing I have to mention over here is on 3080, the FPS was dropping to around like 45 FPS while rendering scenes at the ocean or like thick rainforests and scenes like that. But on the 3090, it was still maintaining around 65 frames per second. So that means consistent 4K 60fps gaming at ultra graphics is guaranteed on 3090. Let's move on to the next one. Let's play Control and see how it performs. Control supports both ray tracing and DLSS. So first we'll be playing at 4K ultra graphics with ray tracing and DLSS turned off, and in the second test we'll turn them on and see. Whoa, a solid frame rate of around 65 to 70 FPS. Definitely faster than the 3080. As far as I remember, on 3080, we were getting only around like 50 to 55 FPS. The difference is not that big. The 3090 is just around like 10 to 12% faster than the 3080. Also, if you can notice, the GPU temperature was settling around 75 degrees centigrade after playing for like 20 to 25 minutes. I haven't used the Founders Edition 3090, so no idea about the reference temps, but the Inno3D's iChill results are here, right? And to be honest, I was actually expecting much lower temperatures than it is right now. Because see, it's got like 4 fans on the graphic card, right? So I thought like cooling will be excellent on this. Again, I still have to see the other brand 3090 cards also, like how they perform and what the temps are, and then I'll be able to conclude on that. Okay, time to turn on RTX and DLSS at 1080p. Whoa! Great results! See, on 4K resolution with RTX and DLSS, we were getting around 60 frames per second. But when I switched it to 1080p, the number just doubled and was running around 110 frames per second. Man, if you want those beautiful reflections in the game and at the same time experience buttery smooth gameplay, this is the way to play. One more thing I've observed is it's got 24 gigs of VRAM, right? But none of the games, even when played at 4K resolution, used more than 9 GB. To be frank, guys, 24 GB is like overkill for gaming, unless you plan on playing at higher resolutions like 8K, which I believe very less percentage of people will do. Again, don't forget that the 3090 was not dedicatedly made for gaming. It was designed to handle both games as well as professional work like CAD designing, rendering, and stuff like that, which require huge VRAM memory. And compared to the RTX Titan, the 3090 just blows it out of the water. It's almost 40% faster than the Titan at a much lower price tag. Now let's play our all-time favorite GTA 5 and C. We're playing this also at 4K resolution maximum graphics. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, buddy, let's go down to the range, baby. Let's see what man.
Will knock me over with a belt.
Yo, my bad, man.
Would you open your damn eyes?
Yo!
Okay, great results, but to be honest, the 3090 was offering nearly similar performance to the 3080 in this particular game. 3080 was offering around like 80 FPS, while the 3090 is offering around 83 FPS on an average. In 4K, there was not a big difference between 3080 and 3090 in this game, but I'm pretty sure when you switch the resolution to like 6K or 8K, 3090 will show you who's the boss.
Oh, too close.
Fucking nuts! Forgive me.
Would you open your damn eyes?
This shit need to stop. Yo, my boy, I need to holler at you.
What?
What the hell?
Finally, let's play Doom Eternal. We're playing this game also at 4K max graphic settings. Damn, son! All hail the king of all GPUs, the 3090. We were getting an average frame rate of around 175 to 180 FPS at 4K Ultra graphics. That is madness! No GPU till now got that high FPS in my testing at 4K. Now imagine this was at 4K resolution. If you play the same game at 1080p, you will get around 400 frames per second. Very impressive performance. Talking about the thermals and the fan noise, I've already told you, right, the iChill X4 was averaging around 75 degrees centigrade and the max temperature recorded was 77 degrees centigrade. A bit higher than what I expected, but again that is pretty much acceptable. And also you can tweak the GPU fan settings from the provided software. You can increase the fan RPM and lower down the temperatures. And if you ask about the fan noise was very less on the GPU. I couldn't hear any fan noise at all even under heavy loads. And one good thing is, the fans on it automatically stop spinning when the temperature falls below 55 degrees centigrade to offer you absolute silence. Well guys, that was my gameplay benchmarks and review on the RTX 3090 from Inno3D, the iChill X4. Based on all my testing, I can say that Nvidia's new RTX 3090 is currently the fastest GPU and wins the title King of all gaming GPUs. Compared to the 3080, there's about 12 to 15% improved gaming performance at 4K, and in the professional works category like CAD or rendering, 3090 is almost 20 to 25% faster than the 3080. And if you compare it with the previous gen graphic cards like the RTX Titan, well, that thing is history. Almost 40 to 45% higher performance. So now the main question is about the pricing. The iChill X4 3090 is quite expensive and costs around 1.6 lakh rupees in India, almost double the price of an RTX 3080. See, 3090 is mainly made for the people who are like ready to spend any amount of money to get the absolute best performance. But for a gamer who's happy with 4K 60fps gaming, a 3080 with 10 gigs of VRAM will get your job done. See, because at 4K, as I mentioned earlier, there's hardly around like 10 to 15% performance difference. So that's it for today guys, that was my video on the RTX 3090. What do you think about the card? Let me know in the comment section, and make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.